What's going on, guys? My name's Dynasty. What I got for y'all today is another Q&A video. Believe it or not, this is going to be our 6th Q&A video, so the series has been doing fantastic. You guys have been asking me some great questions lately, and today's no different. We got like 6 or 7 questions to go through, and man, I'm really sorry. It's been like a week since our last Q&A, and you guys on Twitter are like losing your mind. You're like, Dynasty, I need another Q&A in my life, so here it is. And always remember, guys, if you ever want to take part in this series, all you gotta do is make a Twitter account, tweet me using the hashtag DynastyQnA. It can be really anything Mortal Kombat related. From there, if the question's good enough, I might just showcase it in a video like this. So with that said, let's get through these questions and let's get into it. Our first question is from Kluke115, and he asks, Dynasty, why do you think that NetherRealm counts the last gen versions of Mortal Kombat X? Quite honestly, I just think it wasn't in their hands. Of course, you guys probably already heard the news. It was counted for both the 360 and PlayStation 3. I made a video on this like 2 days ago. If you want to watch that, boom, link below. But in my personal opinion, I really do still stand by what I said in that video. I just think it was in their best interest to cancel a game instead of releasing one where, you know, consumers would pay like 40, 60 bucks for this game and it just not live up to the expectations, you know what I mean? Like, Mortal Kombat X on the current gen, of course, the Xbox One, even the PC and PS4, it's playable, it's enjoyable, it's great. For them to cancel the game, I just think it just wasn't in your best interest as a last gen owner to buy it, because it probably would have been a piece of shit and they didn't want to make you guys, you know, feel obligated to play this game on the last gen and it just not live up to the expectations that you probably had if you've played it on the current gen. They didn't want to lowball you guys, so I just think they didn't want to give you a shitty product. I mean, look at this tweet coming from Ed Boon. Obviously, this picture pretty much is worth 1,000 words. I think it's pretty much clear to say Ed Boon really feels like shit for having to cancel this. Now, I still think it was Warner Brothers' decision. I think NetherRealm really tried their best. I mean, they hired High Voltage to do a job there, to do the port. They made the port for Injustice, and that was decent enough. This time around, just for Mortal Kombat X on last gen, it was not. Just couldn't happen, guys. So I just still think they just did not want to fuck you guys over. I know you feel fucked over because you can't play the game, but I think overall it was in your best interest and their best interest just to cancel it so nobody completely got fucked. So anyways, guys that play on the last gen still, you got some time to upgrade. Holiday season's around, like I said in the last video. Sales are going to be there if you have the time and the chance to upgrade. Anyways, great question, man, and on to the next. Our next question is from Sindel1011, and they asked, do you think Mortal Kombat 11 will have a female main boss? Hashtag DynastyQnA. From the looks of things, I'm going to say yes. Now, spoiler alert, if you've not beat the game, click away. But of course, as you do know, I'm playing the cinematic in the background. The ending there, I think it's pretty much guaranteeing that, you know, Liu Kang and Kitana are the new Deadly Alliance. They're taking over the role that Quan Chi and Shang Tsung played in the original timeline. So I think it's kind of a gimme that these guys, one being Kitana, a female, will be the boss or sub-boss. So it's really interesting, a great question, really. And I just thought about that. We've never seen a female boss or a sub-boss before, from what I can, you know, think of. So that's actually a really good question. So hey guys, Mortal Kombat 11, new trend will be set. For the first time ever, we might actually see a female boss or sub-boss. Personally, I still think Liu Kang will be the main boss, but then from there, of course, part of the Deadly Alliance is Kitana, and hey, she could be a really badass and deadly sub-boss. So great question, and on to the next. Our next question is from Dallas Smith, and he asks, hashtag DynastyQnA, is there a slight chance that Fulgore will appear in future DLC? Now, believe it or not, this is actually a question I get asked on the daily. It appears that the KI community really wants to see Fulgore inside Mortal Kombat in some sort of way as a DLC character in either, I guess, this game or Mortal Kombat 11. I always say no, just for the mere fact that, of course, Killer Instinct is owned by Microsoft, so if this was to happen, PlayStation would need their own exclusive character. Now, I'm all for it. That'd be one kick-ass thing for both consoles to have, like, their own guest character. And do I think it's gonna happen? I don't think so. I think it would have been great if this happened like pre-launch, you know what I mean? Like, say before the game came out, they were advertising if you have an Xbox, you'll get Fulgore. If you have, you know, a PlayStation, you'll get Sweet Tooth, you know, something like that. I think that'd be great, but as of now, I can't really see that happening. As much as I would love for that to happen, I mean, that'd be amazing. I can't see it happening. So I don't know, what do you all think about this? I know back in Mortal Kombat 9, PlayStation got Kratos, we're going to talk about him next, but Xbox didn't get, like, that main guest character, so could you see NetherRealm saying, hey, PlayStation, remember that one time you got a guest character? Well, it's Xbox turn to get their own guest character, so I don't know. I don't think it'll happen. I just wish it would, but do I honestly think so? Probably not, but great question, man. I'm really curious to hear the feedback in the comment section, but let's move on to the next. Speaking of the God of War, the Cat Without Hats asked, hey Dynasty, do you think Kratos would come back in Mortal Kombat X or in the next Mortal Kombat? So this is pretty much the exact same scenario pretty much for the last question. It's a PlayStation exclusive license right there. Kratos is owned by PlayStation, by Sony. Do I think he can come back? Dun 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 dun. No, I do not think Kratos will come back in Mortal Kombat X due to a recent tweet from Ed Boon. Check this out. Somebody asked, will we ever see the God of War return? And his response was, in Mortal Kombat X, not likely. So there you go. It appears that the God of War Kratos will not be making a return as a console exclusive for Mortal Kombat X anytime soon. So hey, there's always Mortal Kombat 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 69. Anyways, man, great question. Hopefully I cleared that up for you, and on to the next. Axtron32 asks, Dynasty, do you think Mortal Kombat will ever return to a Nintendo console? Boy, oh boy, yet again, another question that's actually something that gets asked quite often. Do I think we'll ever see Mortal Kombat on a Nintendo console? Probably not, man. If I'm not mistaken, the last Mortal Kombat game we got on a Nintendo console was Mortal Kombat Armageddon. That was years ago. So, yeah, even MK vs. DC wasn't on there, and that was a T-rated game. So, you know, I'm gonna give it how I think it is. Pretty much, when I think of Nintendo, I think of a kid-friendly product. I know, trust me, there's been the fair share of games on Nintendo products in the past that are not kid-friendly. Resident Evil 4 comes to mind. But for the most part, when you think of Nintendo, you think of just, you know, everyday kid-friendly systems. I mean, I have a Nintendo Wii U. Doesn't mean that only kids play it, but it's pretty much relatively in the hands of kids. Would you want, as a parent, unfortunately, your kid seeing this shit on, you know, the daily? Yeah, it probably wouldn't be good for your kid's health, so I'm gonna say we'll probably not ever see another Mortal Kombat game on a Nintendo console, and that sucks because I do know a lot of you guys are huge Nintendo fans, but me personally, I grew up playing Nintendo, so, I mean, it sucks, you know what I mean, like, to not have it on every console this generation, but if you think about it, like I said, Mortal Kombat X is only for the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, is the Wii U really even considered a next-gen console? You know what I mean? So, no, I do not think we'll ever see another Mortal Kombat game from the looks of things on a Nintendo console. So there's that one. Great question, man, and on to the next. Blair TV asks, Dynasty, do you think there will be a Combat Pack through any other DLCs for Mortal Kombat X? This is a great question, man. So I think, as you guys do know, a Combat Pack 2 is pretty much on the horizons. Ed Boon's talked about it, teased it. Matter of fact, I think tomorrow we might see a teaser for that. So my personal opinion, what I want to see is a story pack. Of course, you get Rain, Baraka, Sindel, the NPCs, maybe throw Fujin in there. That is like the story pack, but from there, they can have the official Combat Pack 2, which is based on Mortal Kombat characters and maybe a guest character or two. I know you guys don't want guest characters, I'm just saying, what if, you know what I mean? So I can see a story pack DLC and a Combat Pack 2, so I can see two separate DLC packs coming out. One just dedicated to the story characters, then of course the Combat Pack 2 where you could probably even see, like, I don't know, Serena, Smoke, characters that are, like, in high demand, maybe Chameleon as, like, that random character, and then, I don't know, a guest character, it could be Alien, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, but in my personal opinion, I can see a story pack and an actual Combat Pack 2 being separate and released for Mortal Kombat X. So that's just my personal opinion. I'll take anything at this point, really. So great question, man. What do y'all think of that, by the way? And let's move on to the next final question. The KC1234 asks, Dynasty, do you think the Kreate-A-Fighter system for Mortal Kombat Armageddon should ever return in future Mortal Kombat games? Hashtag Dynasty QnA. Yes, because if we had a Kreate-A-Fighter, we'd have like every character we could ever imagine for the most part. If they go as in-depth as some of these other games like Soul Calibur, I'm a huge fan of the Soul Calibur franchise, and they just give us a lot of stuff to use. I think you can pretty much create any character from the past. So say you don't get a character you want as a DLC character, well, you can always create, you know, like your version of that character inside the game and play them online. So yeah, I do think it should return. I mean, we stream it all the time, and you guys love the Kreate-A-Fighter. To this day, I get a nice little chuckle playing and using it. So yes, I do think it would be smart because we'd all finally be able to create the characters you want inside a Mortal Kombat game. So anyways, great question. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's Q&A video. Of course, if you ever want to take part in this, all you gotta do is go on Twitter and tweet me using the hashtag DynastyQnA. Ask me a question. If it's good enough, it might be showcased in a video like this. Keep in mind, guys, tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Time, there's gonna be another Combat Cast, twitch.tv/NetherRealm. We might just see that teaser we've all pretty much expected for the upcoming DLC. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty stoked for that. So anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Until next time, guys, I've been your host. I've been Dynasty, and I'll see you guys later.